Hi guys, welcome back to the Welsh Beast YouTube channel. Now I just want to give my thoughts and reaction to another massive day in the history of Wrexham Football Club. An action-packed day. Always action-packed now, isn't it? It's non-stop as far as Wrexham are concerned. They've beaten Man Utd 3-1 in the third game of their American tour. We've had a devastating injury to Paul Mullin. And Phil Parkinson has gone ballistic. So lots to talk about there. Before I carry on, please do me a favour. Please come on board and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you can come on board and join me, I'd be very grateful. So please subscribe if you can. Please come on board and join the channel. If you can do that, thank you very much. Yes, as I said, Wrexham have beaten Manchester United 3-1 in the third game of their American tour in front of 35,000 fans, a packed stadium. I believe a record crowd for that particular stadium. I mean, amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I couldn't watch the game. I was working this morning. I start work 4:30 this week. I mean, who starts work at 4:30 in the morning? Lunatics. That's who. Lunatics and certified nutters. So I was getting ready for work as the game was kicking off. I was keeping an eye on it. I think I must have clocked on at half time. And it was 2-1 at half time. I've been keeping tabs on the game, tabs on the score. And you knew then something special was happening. You knew then history was being made again. It was a special game unfolding. I haven't seen much of the match. I've seen the goals. I've seen a few of the key moments. I've seen some of the reaction and interviews. But those goals were lovely, weren't they? Wrexham scoring through Elliot Lee, Hayden and Sam Dolby. All fantastic goals in their own way. Great to see Hayden back scoring. The world's a much better place when Aaron Hayden is scoring goals. Hopefully he can stay fit. He's a goal scoring machine, a cracking defender, but he does get injured quite a lot, so hopefully we can keep him fit. The third goal for Wrexham, very, very impressive. I thought a brilliant ball from Jacob Mendy and a great finish by Dolby. And Lee's goal, the opener. You know, he was in the right place at the right time. They say that ball was probably meant for Ollie Palmer, but Lee was there to tuck it away, you know, as he does. He reads the game so well, he gets in key positions. But, you know, don't tell me that wasn't the proper Man United, was it? That was the proper Man United. That was a cracking Man United team, wasn't it? Their full team, in fact. They had Peter Schmeichel in goal, Vidic, Steve Bruce, Dennis Irwin, Roy Keane, Giggsy, Cantona and Andy Cole up front. So don't tell me this wasn't the best Man United team out there. The reason they lost is because they never had Paul Parker, wasn't it? If they'd played Paul Parker, it would have been a different story. So there's some advice for you, Notts County. If you want to stop Wrexham, sign Paul Parker. Okay? Stockport, if you want to stop Wrexham, sign Paul Parker. Tranmere fucking Rovers. If you want to stop Wrexham, sign Paul Parker. We know he's the greatest fullback in the history of Man United. If he was playing today, it would have been a different story. We all know it. So don't tell me that wasn't a proper Man United team. That was the best Man United team since the Busby Babes. And nobody will tell me anything different. So don't come here with your ideas. Alright? No, seriously though. I know it was only the Man United youth team, but these world-class teams, they have world-class players throughout their squad, don't they? You know, they have world-class players and world-class academies. Don't they? So You know, if you're not a world-class player, you don't get through the door at these clubs. So although it was, Man United under 21s, it's a very significant win for Wrexham. I mean, these are world-class players. They're technically very gifted. They're talented players. They're fit. I mean, Man United's the second greatest team in English football after Liverpool. So, you know, they're not mugs. They are not mugs. And it's a very significant win against a top-class team. Considering where Wrexham are and what they're trying to achieve, it's a breathtaking win. It's something to be proud of. Forget the fact it's a friendly. Forget the fact it's Man United under 21s. It's a very important win, and it shows what Wrexham are made of now and how good they are. As I've said, it's the best Wrexham team in history. The best Wrexham squad that's been put together. Some people argue, some people disagree, but I think if you look at the cold hard facts, each individual player that's been selected, has been added to this squad over 2 seasons. 2 years to build this up. It's the greatest Wrexham team, Wrexham squad ever. And you've got to keep winning. What's happening around Wrexham means nothing without results on the pitch. This American tour now is a bona fide success. Wrexham are a brand, whether you like it or not. They've got commercial responsibilities. They've got an international fan base that they have to sort of reach out to. And they have to be successful. And winning games like this on an American tour is just so important. So important. And beating this Man United team 3-1, a great performance from what I've seen. I mean, everybody having a great time. It's positive. It keeps it going. It keeps the fairy tale alive. It keeps the winning run going, the winning mentality. That game against Chelsea, Wrexham did very well and didn't deserve to lose 5-0. But 5-0 was an embarrassing scoreline. And more results like that can do damage to the Wrexham brand. A lot of people won't like me calling Wrexham a brand, but they are now. You know, the American sports sort of structure is heavily invested in sort of the corporate side. The corporate aspect of sports in America is very important. It's what provides the revenue, what provides the investment, the growth. And Wrexham, and that's been sort of injected into Wrexham now. Wrexham are becoming an American sports team. The structure is similar. Very corporate, very commercial, and they have responsibilities. We have to accept that. We have to take what could be the good with the bad and just take the complete package. Because look at what's happening. Brilliant. As I call it, the fairy tale. It's an absolute fairy tale. And the dream keeps going. The story keeps going. And it's wins like this that keep it going. Out in America, in front of 35,000 people, the news coverage is immense. It's the biggest story of the day. Honestly, it's massive news. It's everywhere. You have to keep the momentum, you have to keep the positive energy and keep things going. As I said, the only downside is his injury to Paul Mullin. He's punctured his lung. He's going to be out, they say, for 2 months. That's the early reports that I've seen. Obviously, it's perhaps too early to make that kind of diagnosis and prediction, but 2 months is what I've seen mentioned. What they're going to do now for the striker. They always needed another striker. I've said this, perhaps the only signing they did need was another Paul Mullin, if that's possible. You know, another player who's going to get 20 plus goals in the league. Not your 12s and your 14s, but 20, 22, 25 in the league. That's what we need. And we certainly need one now. Will Sam Dalby rise to the occasion? He did so well last year. Scored today against Wrexham. Palmer, great player, contributes so much, hot and cold. Billy Waters, he's got a lot to prove. I've heard good things about him, hasn't really had too much of a chance yet. Come and gone. He had a great chance against Chelsea, didn't he? He had a goal disallowed against Torquay on the final day. But he hasn't had much game time lately. He's sort of been in the background. But now's his chance to come to the foreground. and to really make an impact. But it looks like they're going to have to get another striker, a top striker, which they always needed. I mean, I saw Tishamanga mentioned on Twitter, who I've always liked Tishamanga. That wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't say no. But they need another top striker anyway. So hopefully Mullin can make a quick recovery. Hopefully it's not going to be too serious. Parky went ballistic. Parky wasn't happy. And you can't blame him. I think stepping back in the cold light of day, looking back on it, it was unintentional. I don't think it was intended. It was just an accidental clash. Bishop is it, the United goalkeeper. I think he's devastated. He's going to get a lot of stick and abuse. I've seen an interview with Foster, obviously a Man United legend in his own right, Ben Foster, along with Paul Parker. So, you know, Ben Foster has an interest in both sides, Wrexham and Man United. He's a legend of both clubs. And he gave a fair assessment of it. You know, I think he spoke in defence of the keeper. And I think the keeper will be devastated. He's going to get a lot of stick, as I said. So we wish Paul Mullin all the best. I'm sure he'll make a speedy recovery. We need him. He's so important to Wrexham. He's not just a goal scorer, but he's just an all-round, gifted footballer. He's the complete footballer. He contributes so much in many different ways. As I said, Parky was fuming, he was angry, but that's the passion. Parky is usually very calm and measured and considered, but he's got that fight in him when he needs it. He sticks up for his players, he sticks up for Wrexham. He did the same against Barnet. When he feels aggrieved, when he feels Wrexham and the Wrexham players have been wronged, he fights. He fights his ground and he fights for Wrexham, he fights for the players, he fights for the fans. So, he was very, very upset, but I'm sure he'll settle down and perhaps have a different response. But Parky's a fighter when he has to be. But those are my thoughts. Hopefully Mullin's back soon and recovers well. A great win for Wrexham. Like I said, against a legendary team in such an important game, such an important tour. This American tour has been a fantastic success. So those are my thoughts, just my quick reactions and my response. One more game left on the American tour. Philadelphia Union. Rob McElhenney's home team, I believe. That's on Friday. So hopefully pick up another win there and it'll just round off a fantastic American tour, which has been a success in every aspect, in every way possible. Just a resounding, successful tour. So there we have it. Just my thoughts. Cheers guys, and I will see you on the next video.